Welcome to What's Now. I'm your host, Christine Napier. This is a show where we highlight things that are trending, what people are talking about, and much, much more. In today's episode, we are going to dive into health, some fun items that you can stream, and much, much more. But up first, what can you do to help support your local bars and restaurants? They have been struggling due to the pandemic, also the worker shortage. Many things are happening that are really difficult for them right now. So we have a fun way that you can support local bars and restaurants. Let's take a look.
With the Delta variant on one hand and the worker shortage on the other, the restaurant industry has been put back under acute pressure after a promising summer. Joining us to discuss how you can help your local bar or restaurants thrive during these very challenging times is National Brand Ambassador for Remy Cointreau, Dominic Alling. Thank you so much for being here, Dominic.
Hi, thanks for having me.
How big of an industry issue is it that bar and restaurant owners are still struggling to make ends meet?
It's really huge, actually, and I think it's something that we need to be conscious of, especially as we go back into these bars and restaurants. What seemingly might feel like it's normal and everything's back to normal as far as places opening, the reality is that over 90,000 restaurants did not survive the pandemic, and we're not able to open up those doors. So it's important to get back out there, support local, support these restaurants and bars, and I think it's something that we need.
Why is it important that people support their local bars and restaurants during this challenging time?
Well, I don't know about you, but I know during the pandemic, right at the height of it, I really missed going out to some of my favorite bars and restaurants. So fortunately enough, there were some parklets that were built. We were able to continue to go out and have drinks and food again. But this is an industry that's near and dear to my heart. It's an industry I spent a lot of time in before I started working for Cointreau. And it's one that I feel like is important and we need it.
And Cointreau announced year 2 of the Cosmos for a Cause campaign. Tell us a little bit more about it and how we can get involved.
Yeah, so this is year 2 of what was a really successful campaign that we started during the pandemic. And so essentially what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the website, visit www.cointreaucosmosforacause.com. On that website, there is a heat map, and on that heat map will give you local bars and restaurants that are supporting this program, supporting this campaign. We've partnered with over 1,200 bars and restaurants nationwide, and these bars and restaurants will have a Cosmo on menu. So you just go in, order a Cosmo, we'll track it on our end. And part of the proceeds for every Cosmos sold will go to the IRC, up to $100,000. So it's a good chunk of money, and that money will end up going back to restaurants in need and employees.
And Dominic, you're a seasoned mixologist. Do you have any tips on making that perfect drink?
Yeah, well, especially when it comes to a classic cocktail like the Cosmopolitan, for instance, to use that as an example, you want to use the best ingredients. So always use a really nice high-end orange liqueur like Cointreau. It's also made with vodka, fresh lime juice. I always use fresh citrus when I can, and cranberry juice. Make sure you build it in your shaker, add ice, give it a good shake, make sure it's nice and chilled, and then pour it into your glass and add an orange twist to bring it to life.
And where can we get more information about everything you've mentioned today?
Yeah, so again, that website, Cointreau, cosmosforacause.com, that's got the heat map, more information on the program. You can also check out the Cointreau.com website. That's got a lot of cool recipes, tips, and tricks on how to make cocktails at home.
Well, thank you so much, Dominic, for joining us today. Really appreciate this great information and fun way that we can support our local bars and restaurants. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.